So we'll start by settling the body, finding a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. And try to avoid slouching or leaning. We also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body. Relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position. Cultivating a sense of letting go of attending to the environment. Allowing sights and sounds to be as they are without investigation. Moving that attention inward. Constraining it just to the body and mind. Concentrating that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air moving into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and without judgment or frustration, lifting your awareness up from that distraction and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. and then generate a broad and altruistic motivation for your time, thinking of using your time to generate, stabilize new constructive ways of thinking and acting, states of mind that, when they arise, give rise to actions that are naturally beneficial for others, and allow oneself to remain connected to a sense of peace and ease. Separating oneself from tendencies and habits, ways of thinking and acting that agitate and disturb one's own mind, and give rise to actions that often cause harm to others. Transforming the mind in this way in order to be of greater and greater benefit to sentient beings. And with that motivation, we'll spend some time training the mind in turning toward the suffering of others through the practice of giving and taking. So we begin by recognizing that all sentient beings are just like oneself, in that in every moment they deeply wish to be free of even the slightest negativity, and they wish to experience only happiness and its causes. So spend a moment getting in touch with that universal ground of common experience, bringing to mind examples, people you know, people you don't know, and even beings in other realms. Recognizing there are no sentient beings who aren't motivated in these ways. Also recognize that given that every sentient being is motivated in this way, and that they are no more or less deserving of accomplishing those goals than oneself. And the most reasonable thing for one to do is to work for the benefit of countless sentient beings, trying to secure the welfare of innumerable beings, rather than just oneself. Comparing to the outcome of attempting to only secure one's own benefit, adopting a competitive mind, a narrowly focused, self centered perspective. Is that mind truly a cause of happiness? As we try to develop natural and spontaneous love and compassion that is able to embrace all beings, we begin with developing it for oneself, developing an awareness of oneself in meditation, and also a future version of oneself seated in front. And this future version of yourself in front is experiencing some unwished for, challenging physical or mental event, perhaps something that comes up from time to time in your experience. And tap into yourself as observer, generating the strong wish to be free of that experience. Recognize that there's nothing unique about that particular suffering. Whatever we might be impacted by, there are countless others experiencing something very similar, and in some cases, a version of it that's even more difficult for them. To generate the strong sense of how wonderful it would be if oneself and also all of these similarly suffering sentient beings would also be free. And make a strong determination that you yourself will free these sentient beings from this problem, that you will take on this problem on behalf of all sentient beings experiencing it. And imagine that that suffering experienced by the version of yourself in front is representative of that suffering as a whole. And imagine that it takes the form of a dark pollution, and then focusing on oneself in meditation. Imagine there's a small black dot, like a mustard seed, at the level of the heart. And stabilizing your wish for oneself and all similarly suffering sentient beings to be completely free of the suffering and also to be experiencing happiness and the causes of happiness in line with your and their deepest motivations. Imagine that your loving, compassionate attitude begins to draw off that pollution. It begins to funnel more and more intensely toward oneself in meditation. Drawing closer and closer, funneling and absorbing into the dark seed at the heart. That dark seed becoming more and more dense, and then when that pollution is fully absorbed, imagine that the dark seed implodes and is replaced with a larger orb of golden white light. And again, as you focus on your wish for oneself and all sentient beings who are facing that type of suffering, to be truly happy, imagine rays of that light extending forward and absorbing into the visualization of yourself in front, representing the way in which people suffer like that. Imagining oneself and all of these sentient beings being bestowed with every form of temporary and ultimate source of satisfaction, ease, contentment, up to and including all of the inner spiritual qualities that fully awaken, fully manifest their potential. So focus on that in a detailed way. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, created positive energy in the mind, which you freely offer for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war, conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment in order to work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. May I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.